back in the late 80s, early 90s. They didn't know about dyslexia much. And as soon as the testing started here at the Sunderland University, it was brilliant. Literally, everything changed in one day. I did the test, and by the next day, I was already being tutored by the university, which was just unbelievable, because I had never had this in my life. And that led to me wanting to do more on my course. I came for the interview for the course, the MA course, and it just happened to be Andy Cartwright, who I'd worked with in television. He knew me, I'd done stuff for him, he was really pleased, and he kind of looked at what I had done in the past, what grades I had now, and thought, you know what, he was going to give us a chance. I had to come up with something for what's called the Charles Parker Prize. It's supported by BBC Radio 4, and it's just a story, but it has to be true to Charles Parker's style, which he was very much into these ballads. And it came to a point where I had realised that me and my wife had never ever talked about the time when I was on life support. The title of it is Both Sides Are Dying, because you get my side of it, which is all fluffy and nice, but then you get her side of it, which is real and painful. I was diagnosed with Cushing's syndrome, which is a really rare disease. 1 in a million people get it. Normally women get it, or horses, so I'm classed as even more rare. Too much steroids are made by your body, too much cortisone is made in your body through your pituitary gland here and your adrenals. I was 16.5 stone just in the central area. Some people can get humps on the back, and they also get what's called moon face. You sweat a lot. You have very high blood pressure, which is the really dangerous side of it. A lot of doctors, especially in the 1990s and the end of that into the next part, they didn't know what Cushing's was. And this started a long journey of lots of different type of treatments. And after the third brain op, basically I had problems. My brain sac burst. All the juices came out from my ears and my nose over the course of a weekend. Rushed back into hospital, which meant I had pneumonia on the chest. You cure pneumonia by putting an oxygen mask on, which they couldn't, because if I breathed it in, the hole in my brain would have killed us. So basically the only way they could do that was basically put us into a coma. Put us in a coma for 4 days. I see these lights, and then this light, and this light, and this light. And somebody pointed out, that sounds like a heart monitor. It was probably me putting this light scene with the heart monitor that was on at the same time. I don't know if it's true or not, but I remember hearing somebody die, painfully die next to us. What I think I went through probably lasted about 2 or 3 weeks. It was almost like just being in a constant dream, but not a nice one. My body reacted and I died. Brought us back to life type thing. Brought us out of the coma, woke up, got out of hospital, told us that the operations had failed anyway. I still had the Cushing's. I had to have my adrenals removed, so they cut the side of my body open, took a rib out, and removed my adrenals, which has now left me with the ability to have no fear. And we were pushed towards the door, and I thought, right, at this point, as soon as I go out and I see 1,700 feet below us, I'm gonna panic, and I didn't feel anything. I did a test with the BBC a couple of years back where they chucked me off a 480-foot tower. The monitor should have been going like this and it flatlined. When you're a parent, you panic that your kids are going to hurt themselves, and I should be panicking, and I'm not. There is a real downside to the real life of it. To me, my wife she is the strong person in the family. I can't even comprehend what it would be like just to sit at somebody's bed when they've got tubes down their throat and just sit there and not be able to say or speak or do anything. And that's what came out in the recording. And I had to go and apologise to her. She was like, why? Because I never knew it. This is a Gold Student Radio Award. If you win this as the presenter, say the Gold Male Presenter Award, Male-Female Presenter, you can walk into Radio 1. Is it my favourite? Not really. This one is a New York International Radio Award. This is the cream of the crop, basically. The university was very kind. They flew us out to New York. There was 2 of us who had won, and we went to this amazing gala night in Manhattan, looking over the city. I was sat with some people from the BBC. Across the corner were all these guys from Canada, and it was just a great mingle, and it was just a lovely atmosphere. Well, yes, it was a bit poncy, and it was a bit, you know, a northern lad drinking champagne. I had to do this speech, which You know, I hadn't planned anything, so I made it up, and it was basically to tell students, especially people with dyslexia and stuff, not to give up, to keep going. So that kind of means the most to us. That's the one that sits right smack in the middle of the window, and with my daughters both beside it. I came up with a distinction, and really I couldn't ask for much more. And that's how kind of I've ended up now working back in television, back in theatre. I've worked with Radio 4 now. But if it wasn't for coming and saying, look, I'm dyslexic, is there something you can do about it here at university? I would never got tested. I would have never gotten strategies to deal with it. I would have never changed. I would never wrote anything. I'm trying to write books. I'm trying to write plays now. I'm always writing stuff down. And it's just because of the help I got. Tell everybody and be proud of it. You've got something different about you. Why not be different?